Hey all, it's Kate, and today we're doing the intimidating TBR book tag. This was created by Lindsey Rey, so I'll put her channel in the description. The book that I have been unable to finish is Gone by Michael Grant. This is the only book that I've ever DNF'd that I have not finished, because I simply just don't like it. When I first got into reading, I really liked dystopians, but now not so much. I think that they're all kind of similar, and that bugs me a little bit. So when I read this, I was 14 and the characters are 14, so I got really annoyed that the characters were unrealistic for their age, because I was like, I'm 14, this is not how I act. They act like they're so mature, and it was just really annoying to me, and I just didn't like it, so I stopped reading it. I tried really hard, I really did. I don't think I have any plans to continue it, but if I do, someday it's sitting right there, because it does bug me that I have not finished one book. So we'll see. The book that I haven't gotten to just because I haven't had the time is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This is so popular. I've been recommended this countless times, and I know it's very popular on BookTube, but this is not a big book itself, and it's not intimidating as a singular book, but the series itself is 4 books, and they get larger, obviously. I have the first 3, and I know that I should marathon them soon, but I think I might do it this summer or something. I don't know. Whenever I get more time to marathon it, because right now, time is not my friend. The next question is, what book have you not read because it's a sequel? And honestly, I don't have a book on my shelf that I haven't read because it's a sequel, because like I said, I marathon series, so I don't really leave books unfinished. So I mean, a book that I don't have on my shelf that is a sequel that I haven't read would be The Death Code by Lizzie Cummings, because I read The Murder Complex, the first book in that series, and I thought it was okay. I mean, it was entertaining and everything, it was good. I just didn't find it necessary to continue on. Like, I was okay with the ending. I didn't want to spend any more time on it, basically. So a book that I haven't read because it's brand new is Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. Yeah, I just bought this. It's the newest book that I've bought, and I'm pretty excited for it, actually. I might read it soon, I'm not sure, but it's right up my alley. You know, fantasy, it's great. It's got fairies. It's right up my alley. The next question is a book that you haven't read because you read a book by the same author and didn't enjoy it, and I don't really have a book on my shelf for that either. I don't know, I don't know, really. I mean, I, for the most part, enjoy most of the books that I read to an extent, but a book series that I really didn't enjoy was the Match series by Ali Condi. Don't ask me why I continued on with this series, even though I didn't like the first book, because I couldn't tell you. I had this mentality back then that if I started a series, I had to finish it even if I didn't like the first book, so I did. I was dumb. I was so dumb. Anyway, yeah, she has a new book out. I think it's called like Atlantia or something, and I don't plan to read that, but I mean, maybe one day I'll give her another chance, who knows. A book that I haven't read because I'm not in the mood is The Maze Runner by James Dashner. Like I said before, I used to really like dystopians, but now I think they're kind of same old, and I know this might be a little bit different, and a lot of people like this book, and I want to watch the movie, and I won't watch the movie until I read this book, I promise. But I don't know, I'm definitely not in the mood for a dystopian currently. I mean, no thanks. A book I haven't read because it's humongous is Daughter, Smoke and Bone by Lady Taylor. This book in itself is not very big, obviously. It's not big at all, but its sequels, it's a series, a trilogy, I mean, and its sequels are kind of massive, and it's intimidating. It's a little scary, but this book sounds so good to me. I think it's an urban fantasy or something like that, but I'm not positive on that. A book that I haven't read because it's a cover buy and turned out to have bad reviews would be Fallen by Lauren Kate. I've heard absolutely terrible things about this book. People say they hate it and everything, and I actually didn't buy this book. I stole it from my mom's bedroom because the cover looked cool. But I mean, essentially the same thing, am I right? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still gonna give it a shot because the cover feels so good. It's the velvet material, you know, so You got to. But I don't know. I also have another book for this question, and it's Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. I mean, this cover, it's so pretty. Just look at it. Just look at it. Oh my god. It's the colors. I think the colors are just it's my aesthetic, you know, and it just appeals to me so much. But on Goodreads, it seems like people don't really like this series. But I'm probably still gonna give it a try at some point because the cover, it's so pretty. And finally, the most intimidating book on my TBR is The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, because, you know, Lord of the Rings is my favorite book series, that and Harry Potter, obviously, and it's a beautiful, beautiful series. But I'm so scared to read this because this is a mass market paperback, and this font, it's so tiny. And when I read Lord of the Rings, I had actually watched the movies first, so I actually knew what I was reading. And yeah, it's not really modern English, so it's a little bit different, but it's not hard to read. It's just, I don't know, it's easier when you know what's going on already, you know what I'm saying? And I have no clue what goes on in this book because there is no movie for The Silmarillion, and it's massive. So I don't know when I'll read this, but until then, it sits on my shelf. That's all for today, so I'll see you soon with a new video. Bye!